Race 6 on the card is the Fillies and Mares 68 handicap over 1,900 metres. A real tough race, a real poser for the punters. Before we go to our interviews, let's share the betting. Number 6, Mission Beach, is the anti-post favourite at 9-2, so they're betting 9-2 the field. Number 11, Sacred Ibis from the Garth Puller stable is at 5-1, and we will hear from Garth in just a moment. Number 3, Q for You, is at 5-1. Then there are a couple of runners at 8-1 and a few at 10-1. But it looks a trappy affair. It's a very, very tough race to try and find the winners. So to help us along the way, let's firstly hear from Craig Udy and Garth Puller.
Theatrical moment, yes, she won very well on the poly. At the moment, she seems better on the poly, but we haven't, we want to try the grass again, and just hopefully, as she's got stronger, she'll enjoy that more. But at the moment, her best form seems to be on the poly, but she drew well. We've got Serena up. She's working well at home, and so we thought we'd try again, back on the grass again.
Sacred Ibis, she's done very well since I've taken her over. She never runs a bad race. She's as honest as can be. She pulls up a little bit jointy sometimes, but I think she'll be running on strong at the finish, and I think she's competitive in that field.
So there we heard from the Miller stable and the Puller stable, Warren. Sacred Ibis possibly sets the standard, but it's a tough race.
It is a tough race, Graham, and that gentleman there, Garth Puller, who we were interviewing, always has a joke with me, and he says that the F&M is not for fillies and mares, it's for field and more. He told me that, and he could be quite right in the 68 handicap. I think if you've gone light earlier on, with Hello Tomorrow and 7th Gear Wild Coast, Captain Who, Rain Where, you could possibly afford to put the field here, Graham. But yes, number 11, Sacred Ibis, does set the standard. Grave filly by Byword, Luke Ferraris, drawn deep. That's not a concern over the 1900 because she's going to be going through the gears and finishing her race off powerfully, and she could well beat this lot. So she is my first choice, Sacred Ibis, but by no means a good thing, by no means a banker. I'm expecting plenty of cheek from number 6, Mission Beach, although it's been 420 days since she's last won, for Jill Dreyer and Eric Burr. Never too far off the action. She's had a bit of a break, so she may have had one or two little issues along the way. But she's coming back to good form. She ran 4th, making positive headway last time. I like Mission Beach. I think she could even win it.
Well, she is the weak favourite in the anti-post market at 9-2, so obviously she brings... her last 2 runs have been pretty good, so she brings good form into the race. Sacred Ibis, obviously, as we heard from Garth, is very genuine, very game, has been placed in the last 4 starts. But certainly an upset can't be ruled out, and there are many others with chances. One that I'd like to touch on is number 8, Cozy.com. Now, she's shown her best form on the poly track. She's only had 1 start in her career on the turf. She won at big odds in her penultimate start when beating Ingakara. She followed that up with not too bad a run behind Ingakara again, and Ingakara continues to hold her form well. I'm not quite sure what we can expect from Cozy.com on the turf, but I'm certainly going to throw her in. She's one of my horses to watch out for. She's currently at 10 and 12-1, and it's a must for all exotic bets. And then perhaps, I know she disappointed us last time, but perhaps number 1, Rise, will run a better race, drawn in gate 1. She has the ability to win a race of this sort, but she doesn't always bring her best form to the track. But Q for You also, from the in-form Andre Nell stable. These fillies of Sabine Platners that are always there and thereabouts. They don't know what it is to run a bad race. And we saw Beljar come and finally win after 1,000 days absence from the winner's enclosure. Well, Q for You, it's only been 121 days since her last win, but Q for You should also be a factor. But whatever the case, we haven't been of great help to you in race 6. Warren firmly in the camp of 6, Mission Beach, and 11, Sacred Ibis. I won't argue with him, but I think it's way deeper than that. It is, for me, a field race.